Modern love feels a bit like trying to assemble IKEA furniture without instructions, without tools, and while blindfolded. You think you're building a beautiful relationship. You end up with emotional splinters and 3 missing screws. Dating today is a psychological escape room, except the door is locked from the outside, and the person holding the key keeps saying, "I'm not ready." Welcome to relationship chaos, where love is intense, fear is louder, and your brain behaves like a drunk philosopher. Let's open the file. A toxic relationship rarely begins with toxicity. It begins with chemistry so strong it makes dopamine shoot through your skull like a firework festival. This is why neuroscientist Dr. Helen Fisher calls that first phase the limerence high. You're not in love. You're chemically hallucinating. Love songs suddenly make sense. Small texts feel like spiritual revelations. You start planning your future. Because the human brain loves delusion more than oxygen. But slowly, ever so slowly, the fireworks fade and the smoke begins to choke you. They question your clothes, your friends, your time, your tone, your sanity. They give apologies that feel like courtroom arguments. They hurt you, then comfort you, then hurt you again to make you grateful for the comfort. Madness, right? This cycle has a scientific name: trauma bonding. First described by psychologist Patrick Carnes. It's addiction dressed as devotion. Amy Winehouse lived this cycle publicly, a tragic, brilliant example of a person locked in love that looked passionate from the outside. But inside, it was a slow, psychological drowning. A toxic partner is like Irish whiskey. Amazing in small doses, but if you chug the whole bottle, you wake up with regrets and a ruined life. Back on the 1950s, your grandparents had, 6 potential partners in the whole neighborhood? Now you have 3.2 billion human options, and somehow you still end up alone with cold pasta and a podcast about attachment issues. Psychologist Barry Schwartz calls this the paradox of choice. Too many options equals guaranteed misery. Your brain becomes a bargain hunter. This one is kind but broke. This one is rich but emotionally shaped like a potato. This one texts too slow. This one texts too fast. This one sends voice messages. The psychopath. And suddenly, you're single not because you're unlovable, but because you live in a digital buffet and can't commit to one plate. Leonardo DiCaprio famously cycles through partners like rental cars, a walking metaphor for infinite choice anxiety. The more options you have, the more terrified you are of choosing wrong. And ironically, the more wrong decisions you make. Irish humour puts it simply: you want all of them, so you end up with none. Congratulations, you've unlocked the loneliness achievement. Commitment used to be simple. 2 people looked at each other, shrugged, and said, "Sure, let's not die alone." Today, commitment triggers the same physiological response as a threat. In a 2018 study at UCLA, people with attachment anxiety showed amygdala activation, similar to fear of physical danger when facing emotional vulnerability. This is madness, Romantic vulnerability literally scares the brain the same way as a spider crawling on your face. The fear doesn't come from the person in front of you. It comes from ghosts behind you, childhood neglect, abandonment wounds, the ex who broke you with a single text, the parent who loved poorly, the betrayal you pretend didn't shape your entire personality. Attachment theorist John Bowlby warned decades ago, "We are shaped by the love we receive and the love we are denied." People say, "Just open up," as if opening up didn't previously end with heartbreak, humiliation, or therapy bills. You're not afraid of love. You're afraid of becoming small inside someone else's world. And honestly, that's valid. Some couples are like British weather. Sunny at 10 o'clock, apocalypse by noon. They break up, they reunite, they block each other, they follow each other. They say this is the last time 5 times a week. Haha! Psychologist Dr. Lisa Firestone found that on-off couples have 3 times higher stress hormones and almost double the likelihood of developing anxiety disorders. But here's the twisted part. The cycle feels safe, predictable, and familiar. The brain hates uncertainty more than pain. Princess Diana lived this cycle deeply. Leaving, returning, staying, leaving again. A global icon tangled in emotional dependency. Going back to a toxic partner is like going back to a restaurant that gave you food poisoning. You know it's stupid, but hope is a powerful drug. First, what are you looking for? You match with someone. They ask the dreaded question. You panic, sweat, and answer, "I'm looking for a sandwich? Happiness? A stable economy? I don't know." Second, the too good to be true date. You finally meet someone kind. Kindness terrifies you. Your brain screams, "Run! This person has emotional stability. We don't trust that." Third, the can we talk. You emotionally flatline. You write your will. Then they say, "We should buy plants," and you resurrect instantly. Fourth, the ex resurrection. Your ex texts, "I miss you." Your brain, block them. Your heart, "Let's ruin our life." Your fingers, "Hey." Humans are beautifully stupid sometimes. Love activates the same reward circuit as cocaine. Literally. A 2010 Stanford study showed identical dopamine pathways in new lovers and drug addicts. Dopamine equals obsession. Oxytocin is attachment. Vasopressin is territorial bonding. Prefrontal cortex, all offline, on vacation. Amygdala is screaming in the corner. You're high. You're blind. You're emotionally intoxicated. And because the brain prefers the familiar, you repeat the same patterns, like a tragic sitcom rerun. Some people would summarize it like this: we don't fall in love. We fall into patterns and call it destiny. Modern love is messy, chaotic, overwhelming, full of choices and empty of certainty. But your relationship anxiety isn't a flaw. It's evidence that you feel deeply. You care intensely. You want something real in a world full of temporary people. You're not afraid of love. You're afraid of pain pretending to be love. And someday, when the right person arrives, commitment won't feel like a trap. It'll feel like a soft place to land. A room where the screaming in your brain finally quiets and you can breathe again. Thanks, my friend, for watching. If you like this episode, give me a like and subscribe.